Alright. Hello. My name is Turtle. We're back with a little bit more Reverse 1999, Update 3.0, Chapter 11 of the main story. As you can see in the title, we'll be going from Part 13 to Part 18. Hopefully today, depending on how fast it is. If they zoom by, we might go a little longer. If they don't, then stick to schedule. Otherwise, we're aiming to finish the rest of this tomorrow, but for now, let's get started, shall we? Boom. Part 13. Concessions for peace. Is any treasure on Earth possibly filled the void our losses have left? Partie 13. 13 in French. The bored and idle remnant of Squad 12 carries out her as yet tedious orders. She stops by a window, squinting inside. Broken furniture and cobwebs woven between cracked and forgotten china. A uniquely shaped counter-arcanum monitoring device disrupts the decaying scene.
Clearly no one's bothered to do any cleanup then.
He opens the window and leans in, a mask blocking out the sudden puff of dust. Following her officer's instructions, she pulls out a transparent strip of cloth and places it by the device. The cloth changes color rapidly, and a line of neat letters appears on its surface.
Counter-arcanum device operating normally. Looks like I'm not needed here either.
Climbs back out the window.
Aren't you...
Meryl?
Masha?
The young soldier springs up to greet her, visibly relieved.
It really is you! You're back, finally!
Is Paravian alright?
Oh, poor guy's had a hard time of it, but at least he's still in one piece. He's lying in a sickbed as we speak. He should recover soon. It's too bad he didn't find anything too useful in the village. Well, aside from that armored vehicle.
Fortunately, Sentinel happened to be there at the same time.
So, it really was her? The one who assassinated Colonel Hirschfelder?
Yes, she'd collected a wealth of evidence concerning Manus Vindictae. I've already delivered it to Commander Kreos. As for the assassination, it turns out her actions weren't entirely unjustifiable. Let's just consider it a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? She literally killed the guy.
She's not the only one.
Masha unconsciously rubs the old scars on her palms. feeling them itch like never before. Meryl presses her lips together, creating a twisted crease in her mask.
Well, Anyway, I was just worried that something bad might have happened to you. Like what happened to...
To whom?
Charles and Amanda. We haven't heard from them in over 4 hours now.
They were dispatched to investigate Hill 299, correct? Has any help been sent their way?
Commander Kreia sent some men to look for them. Hopefully, we'll hear some good news soon. Most of the other teams have finished their investigations. A few of them are already in the safe zone, actually. Apparently, they found a lot of useful info. So, we won't have to head back out again, right?
Meryl watches Marsha carefully, as if waiting for her to confirm something.
The front's getting shelled to hell and back. I mean, chances are we'll...
Marsha pats her on the shoulder.
The evidence Sentinel provided is quite damning. Our job here will be over just as soon as we can get a hold of the team at Hill 299. Don't worry.
Copies of the evidence Marsha submitted have been spread across the table. Personnel letters, Mark's military maps, battle plans, engineering blueprints, defaced and altered documents. Along with them on the table are the exhibits recovered by other investigators from across the front line, arranged in rough chronological order starting from 1918.
This is unbelievable.
He stares at the pile, the sheer flood of information overwhelming him.
These documents, the evidence is undeniable. Every one of those absurd conspiracy theories was true. The 1918 peace negotiations really were sabotaged by Manus Vindictae. The nations on both sides of this war have been under the deception of an invisible enemy. It is no wonder that even the victors of the 1919 offensive gained no real advantage. My God, to think Manus Vindictae has been sharing war secrets with both sides to ensure neither can win this war. That they have used our commanders as tools for their massacre, it is nigh on unimaginable.
He looks up with sudden realization.
This does not simply concern one nation. These documents could topple nearly all of Europe's military leaders. With this list of managed defectors in our hands, and if we act with haste, we may finally put every one of them behind bars.
Waiting for George's mood to stabilize, Kreia adds a word of advice.
Let me remind you that Laplace may be able to heal these so-called defectors. Eberhard's case proved that the Manus's mental influence can be purged.
Yes, of course. Whatever the case, we must act as soon as possible. The Chancellor and the Reichstag are prepared to strike.
Finding light in a once grim future, he starts to shake, sending ripples through the papers in his hands.
Agreed. The evidence is sufficient. There is no need to delay.
Wunderbar. Just think of the soldiers finally making their way home. This is the day we secure a century of peace for Europe.
Sounds like a line for the history books.
He has no mind to react to Kreis's parting jab. Stuffing all the documents into his briefcase, he rushes out. Uh-oh, he's a traitor. Straightening the remaining mess on his desk, Kreis receives a hidden communicator. Been connected the entire time.
Everything's going according to plan.
They knew he was a rat.
Good. The other teams have shared the same intelligence with the pacifist political leaders in their respective regions. All the Foundation has to do now is watch for any interference from Manus Vindictae.
But won't this approach cause even more turbulence?
Timekeeper.
He had been expecting the faction leaders, making this an unexpected relief.
Oh, yes, Krios. I was just listening in.
I see. In any case, the outcome can't be worse than the war we're living through, Timekeeper. As I'm sure you've learned in your history studies, this war claimed tens of millions of soldiers' lives. Not to mention the equally massive number of civilian casualties, whether direct or otherwise. We are now 2 years on from what should have been the end of this war. The death toll has already climbed much higher, and it will only continue to rise if we don't put an end to it soon. At least our efforts have won us a marginally better outcome.
I see.
In short, the war is already over. Once the pacifist political parties take power, an armistice will surely be signed in Montpellier.
I don't think so.
This may not be the time, but I have a question to ask. Does the Foundation Committee have any contingency plans should things take a turn for the worse?
The silence in the room confirms the suspicion of the voice on the other end.
Did you notice something suspicious?
The former vigil officer fishes out as many suspicious details from his memories as he can.
It's about Hirschfelder's assassination. Do you remember a certain detail from Marshall's report?
You think his death to be the spark of a reignited war, but even if I had stayed my hand from him, your plans would have been for naught.
If that was so, why would the Manus risk exposing Hirschfelder? Why would they allow him to meet with the Foundation in Montpellier? If Hirschfelder hadn't been killed, would the negotiations have become a fruitless tug of war?
Manus Vindictae would only cooperate with the Foundation on something that was sure to fail.
An intuitive guess is assembled, drawing on the experience of prior contact with Manus Vindictae.
Could it be that they're purposely diverting our attention?
My thoughts exactly, Timekeeper. That said, securing peace is our top priority at the moment.
Intrigue. £2 of sugar. So long, hungry rats. Part 14. Partie 14. Part 14 in French.
6 years of war have deeply shaken the resolve and faith of our nation. It is clear to all that this war cannot continue any longer. Afraid of the loss of power that peace may bring to them, leaders across Europe elected to collaborate with the evil cult Manus Vindictae, sacrificing countless young lives in meaningless carnage. But carnage is precisely what Manus Vindictae desires. Unseen by all, their wicked influence has long wormed its way into the leadership of every warring nation. But worry not, the conspiracy has been thwarted. Every treasonous general has been arrested and will soon face a fair court-martial.
You know what? Mueller, not good on him. He carried it out.
Heroes who bled for the fatherland are finally returning home. We will welcome them with smiles on our faces and gratitude in our hearts. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year 1920, this war will come to an end.
Weeks have passed since the assassination, and the desolate streets of Monpei have sprung to life again. Delegates from the belligerent nations gather on opposite sides of the road. Soft bowler hats and ties decorate the event, mixed with occasional peaked caps and military epaulets, though now precious few. More dignitaries demand tighter security. Each nation came with their own detail, but the operations commander insists on further reinforcements from the Foundation.
Third routine patrol complete. No anomalies detected, sir.
No further warnings from the Arcanum Detection Group. Should we lower the alert level?
Maintain the current level. I need at least 2 squads on standby at the command post at all times.
Yes, sir.
Clad in white, Foundation security diligently carry out their orders. On the busy town road, the commander suddenly stops. Eyes shut, he focuses, trying to sift through the din of stuffy conversation. He activates his communicator. The line sparks to life instantly.
Any response from Charles and Amanda?
Negative. They've been silent since they reached Hill 299. It's like we're calling into the abyss. Chances are they got snuffed out by the Manus. Luck can't be on everyone's side.
Even so, we need to recover the bodies.
What? So they can be buried with shiny medals?
The voice on the other end bites back with a sneer.
A couple minutes walk on the battlefield and I'll find you a whole pile of that scrap metal.
Any other signs of enemy activity?
Nope. Not a single trace of the Manus scum. Maybe all this military and political turmoil messed up their plans after all.
Let's hope so. Whatever the case, we need to get to the bottom of what happened at Hill 299. We can't afford to let any potential threats slip past us.
Already on my way there. How about seeing a psychologist when this is all over, Kratos? Maybe they'll finally cure your Manus Vindictae paranoia.
Is
Keep
Yerm
your
alive,
eyes
the
and
mole?
ears open.
He ends the call. Yermalai is speaking really menacey. In an unnoticed corner of the street, a grim figure walks alone. Caron's work in Montpellier is over, and even now on the eve of a ceasefire, there are many corpses on the front line waiting for him. His disjointed thoughts dwell on the horse that once accompanied him.
Will Andreas ever return?
But loss has ever been his first companion. Resigned, he shuffles down the road away from Montpellier.
Hey, sir! Mr. Charon!
Meryl runs up to him, arriving out of breath.
You leaving already? Marsha told me you're heading back to the front.
She speaks the truth. And you are?
Oh, right. You don't know me. But Marsha told me loads about you. You know Marsha, don't you?
Caron struggles to remember, piecing together Marsha's appearance from his shattered memories.
Yes. The night. I remember.
Great. I'm heading to the front as well. Do you want to... or, I mean, could you please join our convoy?
You wish for me to join you?
You know the front better than anyone.
Meryl digs into her pocket, fishing out a half bar of chocolate that has been carefully resealed and wrapped, and slips it into Garen's hands.
Please, Mr. Charon, come with us. We could really use your help.
Is it actually over? Is I can't see it. The front is still as death.
This quiet feels strange.
Halt's Maul, Rudolf. Why, damn it?
Soldiers in the trenches gaze up at the empty sky. The ceasefire has not yet been signed, but all military activity on the front line has been suspended. Yet the soldiers still man their trenches, hoping desperately to go home.
Why did Willy and Franz have to...
Alec rubs his face, his calloused fingers twisting his features with stress. 6 hours have now passed since the last time a shell exploded or a machine gun rattled. Yet the quiet has a strangeness of its own. The faint cold wind shivers the lines of barbed wire with audible tensile contractions.
So, who won in the end?
Does it matter?
Rudolph's head sways between a nod and a shake.
Then, should we start packing up?
Sure. You can finally take all those notebooks of yours back home. Weren't you planning to turn them into a book?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe once I stop being a soldier, my motivation to write will stop too. What about you, Erich? What will you do?
Oh no, these are death flags.
Make bread, I think. My family runs a bakery. I can already see it. My old man cracking open his finest bottle of Spätburgunder when I arrive.
Spätburgunder. An idea crosses Eric's mind.
Speaking of which, I bet we can go and ask the boys on the other side for some food and drinks. They've got wine and soft white bread. At least, that's what P.O.V. said.
I wouldn't mind some canned peaches.
Fine. I'll get you your peaches. I guess I really am your Hauptmann, huh?
Scrounges around for a bit of scrap cloth, then ties it to his rifle, intending it to be a peace flag.
Erich, do not hurry to leave the trenches. Have patience.
Caron slinks back into the trench without a word. Alec drops his rifle for now and steps towards Caron.
Oh, Caron, you're back. Any news?
The delegations from various nations have arrived in Montpellier. The armistice will be signed in 48 hours. It is best to avoid any unnecessary danger until then.
But I'm starving, Caron. You didn't bring any food, did you?
I did.
The new voice catches Eric off guard.
Who are you?
The Foundation has issued food and drinks to be brought to the soldiers on the front. She is responsible for distributing them.
Yeah, more or less what he said. Right. I need a hand unloading these crates of beer. Any volunteers?
There's beer!
The troops all rise at once, climbing over themselves to get out from the dugouts below. In an instant, the trench is packed wall to wall. Uh-oh.
Hey, easy there. There's plenty to go around.
Boys! Boys! You're humiliating yourselves. Get in line and I'll choose a few of you to help out.
Alec calls out a few names, then turns to Caron.
Where's Meyer Braun?
He is needed in Montpellier.
Ah, that's a shame. Yeah, he's got a backpfeife im Gesicht. But, ugh, who cares? The war's over. Forget it.
A lot of flags.
You, and you. Come here and unload the crates for the nice Foundation girl.
The food is passed from hand to hand until it reaches every soldier. Rot and despair still hang over the trenches, but they do nothing to dampen their appetites. Rudolph cups a butter cake in his hands, desperately afraid of crumbling it. He hasn't seen such soft and bright food in a long time. Then all at once he stuffs it into his mouth. Eric hurries to his side, shoving a mug of golden lager into his hand.
Come on, Prost!
Fine.
Count me in. Prost!
Prost!
The metal cups tap rhythmically, shaping into a joyful and bright tune. From far across the field, their clinking percussion is met with a raucous singing voices.
What's that? Do you boys hear singing?
No, it's the Christmas truce, and then it gets broken.
I hear it too,
Oh
on
no.
the other side. Why are they singing?
Oh, right. These are humanitarian rations. They've been given to the other side too. They're probably celebrating.
Eric jumps over the top, waving his whitish flag toward the other side.
Come on, boys. Let's make some noise ourselves. Close to you bastards over there. You understand what I'm saying? Prost!
Santé!
This is entirely too happy. I am so nervous for them. When the shells start raining again. The ceasefire celebration stretches late into the night. Caron watches the festivities crouched in a dim corner of the trench.
Hey, what are you doing holed up here alone?
Despite his best efforts, he is noticed. Caron lifts his head.
The presence of the dead is not fitting among such joy.
What are you talking about? You fit in perfectly.
He waves a can of sausages and a paper-wrapped candy.
I mean, I know you don't exactly eat much, but you can still enjoy the taste of the stuff, right? I even know a guy with a fish tank for a head who eats every once in a while. That said, I've never actually seen him do it. Does he just pour the coffee straight into his fish tank or what?
The offer is heard, but refused. Such things have better use to you.
Seriously? Aren't you ever hungry?
There is always hunger within me. But food should be saved for the living. Eat well while you can. Stay alive.
Well, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't exactly put it like that. Come on, take it. Hound's always poking fun at me for eating too much anyway.
Hound?
Oh, never mind. Just take it, alright? It's not like it's easy to get a decent meal out here on the front.
No longer insisting on soliciting Karen's opinion, Meryl slips the cans into his coat pocket while touching the closed plastic wrapping of the chocolates.
Oh, at least try the chocolate in your pocket. It'll melt if you leave it in there much longer anyway.
Caron doesn't resist. He nods and slowly rises to his feet.
It is time I left.
Alright, I still have some finishing up to do here. Won't be long. Just have to make sure everyone's got their supplies. Where are you heading anyway? If you wait a moment, I can come with you.
No, this must be done alone. There is a message. One that must be sent off.
There's more chapters. I'm now worried. I mean, if this is the... Wait, there's a way to check. I know this is a little spoilery. Yeah, this goes on until 22, so, yeah, it's not over. This is gonna suck, huh? Part 15. End off. They remembered an ancient vessel whose meaning is lost to history. Party. Graveyard.
There you are, Eberhard.
How? It's good to see you, mein Freund. How's everyone holding up on the front?
They are celebrating this war's end, singing songs and drinking beer. It's peaceful.
Peaceful.
You repeat the words with satisfaction. Eberhard's spirit has changed significantly from the last time they met.
It's unexpected that the Foundation would allow you to move so freely.
No, my duty is done. I have no place in Montpé. No place among suits and politics.
He exhaled, stretching in the crisp morning air.
That red-haired official agreed to let me go for a walk every once in a while. He said, someone will keep an eye on you. Whatever. It's getting cold. But I enjoy a crisp winter morning like this. It reminds me of our days as students. Remember? We had to get up before dawn. I was lazier than you. I wouldn't wake up until you rode your bicycle to my window and shouted my name.
Then the two of us would miss Latin class, just as Walter did.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Latin class was hell. Walter. He was a good lad.
Paul removes a crumpled envelope from inside his jacket.
This parcel is to be delivered to you. There's a letter within it from Herr Mühlenberger, addressed to those of us in Class 3.
Herr Mühlenberger? I was planning to visit him during my home leave, but... well, you know what happened back home. But he doesn't have a clue about what happened out here. What use is this letter? You and I are the only two class members left since the fall of Montpé. All right, let's hear it, Paul.
Steadying his breath, Paul tears it open. He unfolds the letter.
Meine lieben Schüler und ehrenwerte Soldaten.
Dear students and honorable soldiers, war has reached a critical point, and I, as your teacher, it is my honor, my duty to boost your morale.
Ich weiß, dass die Sicht auf den Krieg von der Front aus begrenzter sein könnte,
be more limited than those of us in the fatherland, so allow me to make clear victory is within our grasp.
Ist in unsere Reichweite. Obwohl das Leben an
Go
der
on,
Front
certain
hart
life on
ist,
the front is tough.
denk daran,
Remember, this is a sacrifice for a greater cause. Therefore, let your suffering be sweet.
Lasst euer Leiden süß sein. Dies wird der
This will be the most glorious moment of your lives. And as I have taught you, perhaps it will please us one day to remember these things. He's Manus.
Tages gefallen, diese Dinge zu erinnern.
Gefallen? Ha! Hört ihn euch an. Er hat sogar Lucans Gedicht zitiert. Oder war es Virgil?
Es ist höchstwahrscheinlich Virgil. Er hat ihn unten zitiert. Ardentis Fortuna Iovat.
Ardentis Fortuna Iovat.
Das Zitat über das Erinnern. Wie sagt man es nochmal auf Latein? Forsan. Haec. Und dann was?
Das Et fehlt, Eberhard. Forsan et Hayek, olim memenice juvebit.
Ja, genau das. Dieser alte Fatzke. Er hat geschummelt. Das sind nicht mal seine Worte. Was für ein Dummkopf. Er weiß nicht, wovon er spricht.
Was ein Dummkopf. After a bitter laugh, both are silent for a moment.
Paul, I'll never be pleased looking back on any of this. If I have children one day, how will I tell them about all this? I sent our fellow countrymen directly into the line of fire, a death trap, knowing full well that the enemy would retake the ground in mere hours. Young lives, lost one after another. And for what? Some senseless orders? I've heard enough. Put the letter away.
Paul slowly folds up the letter. Eberhard, however, snatches up the letterhead, crumples it into a ball, and throws it into the weeds beside the monument. There's no more fighting, and for the first time in a long time, the day passes without the thunder of artillery. Sunlight falls on blades of grass, tombstones and birds in the air. Their songs can finally be heard once more.
This feeling. I've never felt it before. It's as though, for this one moment, I can... No. I have already taken control of my future. I'd forgotten how good it feels to be alive. For the first time in a very long while, my heart feels light, mein Freund. The choices I've made may be irreversible, but I've made up my mind. There is only one path for me now.
He looks to the top of the hill and starts climbing.
Do you not wish to continue your studies? Your writings are surely safely stored in the school's archives.
Would you return to school, Paul?
It is unlikely, but you still may.
For what? For knowledge? A diploma? That might have mattered to the old me. But I'm no longer that boy.
Eberhard.
It's too late, mein Freund. Far too late. I need some time alone. Please, write a reply to Herr Mühlenberger for both of us.
The weather is unseasonably mild, and Eberhard begins to climb the hill like a student on a field trip. The sunshine and brisk air make the world feel new.
The war is over, Paul. The sky is so blue.
Just as it always was.
Just as it always was. Well said. Farewell, mein Freund.
He waves, turns, and walks away. Paul stands and opens his notebook.
Sehr geehrter Herr Mühlenberger, Ihr Brief wurde von Ihren Schülern wohl erhalten. Sie haben gemeinsam die dunkelsten und härtesten Zeiten durchgestanden. Aber nun sind der Kummer und das Leid zu Ende. Sie zeigten Mut und Treue, doch diese Tugenden wurden zu einer Last, viel zu schwer für Ihre jungen Schultern. Deshalb werde ich Ihnen keine leeren Worte mehr aufbürden. Der Krieg hat diese jungen Männer in etwas ganz anderes verwandelt. Das Wissen, das Sie ihnen vermittelt haben, ist nun nutzlos, und sie werden nie wieder ihre Lehren hören. Zu diesem Zeitpunkt muss ich Ihnen mit schwerem Herzen mitteilen, dass alle Ihre Schüler aus der Klasse 3 sind gefallen. Mit besten Grüßen, ein toter Mann.
Grim?
Dies schließt die Aufzeichnungen des Soldaten Paul Haumann ab.
Goddamn. Okay. Wow. Oh, that's so grim. He just give you a collectible. Fritz Baker died from shelling. Bart K. Zimmermann died from shelling. Simon reported Miller reported missing, then confirmed. Friedrich Bauer died from machine gun fire. Finn Wagner died from infection. Elvin Neumann died of trench fever. Felix Zimmermann died from shelling. Julian Kruger died from being shot. Ben Becker died, cause unclear. Walter Schmidt died from shelling on, Paul Haumann died 1918, and Eberhard Braun 1920. 16. An unfulfilled prophecy. Even now, her tears remain. Particius says. Ladislas hasn't spoken a word since news of the ceasefire reached their sanctuary. He's been kneeling at the altar for days, having eaten next to nothing. Always thins, he now looks more like a jagged stone obelisk than a man.
What am I to do, mon petit chou? You will not so much as touch the biscuits I baked for him. Never have I seen him in such a state.
The woman clasps her hand to her chest, worried but helpless.
Ladislas.
Gently calls out to him.
The war has ended, not as he foretold. It may take some time ere he is able to free himself of his guilt. Cher Ladislas, keep thy heart in the Lord, for he shall forgive us no matter how great our missteps.
The good and pious woman stops herself from saying more. There is no line of reasoning sufficient to break him from his watch.
Marie, I beg thee do something. One way or another, we all must return to Rouen in the coming days.
Leaves without another word. Sentinel comes to Ladislas's side, but has no desire to interrupt his silent prayers. Her focus instead is on the statue of the crying girl.
Ladislas, you foretold that Agnes would return to herself come the end of the war.
He pulls out a handkerchief to softly clean the stone's unmoving face.
Yet she remains unchanged. Is there truly no way to revive our dear friend? Our family?
Once again she receives only a humbling, guilt-ridden silence.
Marie?
Turns to the voice, finding it belongs to the woman that has become a regular visitor to their sanctuary. As usual, she brought food, this time some salami and dried cheese. After handing off the supplies, Masha marches straight toward her.
What news from the front?
Some troops have already withdrawn. The rest will follow suit once the armistice is officially signed. Ladislas, he still won't eat?
Just leave him be.
She doesn't let Masha dwell on the matter, returning to her work dusting the statue.
If you don't mind me asking, is this statue real?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure how to put this into words properly. It's just that I've never seen her move.
Ah. Now your words are clear.
She gathers her handkerchief and takes a deep breath, a cold, wet morning mist filling her lungs.
This is Agnes, a distant cousin of mine. We share a great-grandmother.
She places her hand on Agnes's stone knee.
We took residence together until 1914, both at our clan estate in the suburbs of Rouen and in my rented apartment in Paris. When the war broke out, I departed to join the army. Upon returning during my first leave, I found her in the cellar. It came to pass that, in my absence, she had turned herself to stone.
She can stay in this form as she pleases?
Only so long as her heart yet beats. Were she to turn to stone from within, she would be unable to restore her body to flesh. but Ladislas informed me of another possibility. He said Agnes's petrification was an extraordinary act of self-sacrifice, and that this sacrifice was also a prophecy. Gargoyles were not to coexist with this war. He said that a miracle would occur, that Agnes would be freed from petrification. I thought it might have been true.
He glances toward Ladislas, still kneeling.
But I suppose it was not. Agnes has shown no signs of recovery.
There must be another way.
The gargoyle shakes her head, disheartened.
If only there were. If only I knew of one. But there is very little I know of our bloodline. While the young of my kin generally receive a traditional education from within the clan, my grandmother supported my decision to attend a secular school in my youth. I resided in a small rented apartment in Paris for some time, hoping to enroll at Lonsad. That was until the war broke out.
Sentinel forces herself to look into Marsha's eyes.
This war, well, you've seen the face of it. It takes but one shot to end a life. And this war has hurt millions. Friends, family, loved ones. I have lost far too many.
Marie.
Forget it. Tell me, have you yet time today?
What do you want to do?
Take a stroll. I've spent far too much time in the monastery.
After a long journey, they return to the field once soaked in blood.
A pilot?
The earlier conversation still lingers.
Yes, that's what I wanted to be.
Why?
Many knights joined the Air Force at the time. They believed the sky to be the only battlefield that still maintained at least some semblance of knightly chivalry. It had more than the ground at least. Crawling through mud and digging trenches.
I loathe airplanes. They're exceedingly difficult to withstand from the ground. And the engine noise.
He swallows the complaint, not wanting to sound bitter. Marsha extends her arm over to her friend's back.
Relax. You don't need to fight them anymore. In fact, I'd wager you'll come to like traveling by plane in time.
He turns to the sea of grass rippling in the wind. That jumped really quickly.
Corpses that lay yonder. Did you see them earlier?
No. Perhaps Charon had already buried them.
Most likely. He is an interesting fellow, if not strange.
And kind too. Without him, you and I would certainly have fought again at the graveyard. Oh, that reminds me.
Suddenly, she bends down, rummaging in the roadside dirt.
What?
You threw a smoke grenade at me. Hey!
They laugh as they race down the dirt road, feeling more like children than soldiers for the moment, however brief. Come to a halt before the windmill, its colossal gears interlocking and turning like the breath of a slumbering ancient giant. Low creaking of the windmill becomes the only sound.
Marsha. Are you leaving?
No, I have plenty of free time today.
Not now. After the armistice. I know well that the Foundation has tasked you with keeping a watchful eye on me.
It's not exactly like that.
All is well. You may stay, so long as you do not lie. I shall even aid you should you require it. But do not attempt to persuade me to join the Foundation. I cannot abandon my family.
I know that. I'll be leaving after the armistice is officially signed.
It comes from the windmill.
Sounds like a horse to me.
A horse.
They cautiously approach the windmill's entrance. Sentinel moves ahead of Masha, turning her body sideways and hardens into stone to give a weighty push on the door.
Wow, what a beauty!
A horse indeed. What brings it here?
I thought this was part 18 for some reason. I was like, are we gonna fight the horse? Oh, you see the edges of it. Yes, Ladislaus, hard out of the web of hair, should I sketch up the travel? Marianne tells me of the new age. Dawning. Oh, okay. Agnes, okay. Blah blah blah. How often thou I crave my heart, Italy. My heart that Italy hath begun to feel home, I'm told. Warm, generous hand, I believe. I prepare for journeying to Austria. Heart of lying. Dream of wandering through the galleries. Hey, the Secession building. Wer nach Werkstatt. Set our minds upon the Karlskrieg. Fischervaner Laxkrieg Baroque Church. They say it's 19 stained against windows. Old Majesty soon off forgotten. Should any sketches from my travels have they studied? Let me send it forth. Tell me of the new age dawning. Electric lightning supplanting the gentle glow of candles, yet the darkness of our nights fading away. Feel the nearness of the old ways. The age of machines have left many unsettled and without refuge. I crave a quiet place wherein to kneel and seek God's comfort and counsel. I do mind thy words, and my heart is moved, and so that our prayers arise above the clamours of industry. And so do I begin to dream, think of my thoughts of church in this new century, yet a haven for the soul. Cousin smileth at such fancies, her words of some new imaginings of me. Put them down in drawing, perhaps to raise the place would take 10, even 15 years, yet to comfort me through a picture of thee by my side when the time cometh. Help me to bring our vision to life. Thou art ever in my thoughts and my prayers, with all my love. Agnus. Part 17. Serenity on the wind. Only this far had never begun. Partie 17. These are fast. We might go on for a little longer today.
Here, come on out. That's a good boy.
The horse seems to naturally gravitate to the night, drooping low, drooping its head to brush against her.
Oh my, Marie. Look at his beautiful coat. Not even the colonels have such handsome companions.
He seems to have taken a liking to you. Can you ride?
What sort of question is that, Marianne? You are talking to a knight.
Even without a saddle, she mounts the horse with ease.
Come on, take my hand. I'll give you a ride.
After a moment's hesitation, Sentinel takes the offered hand and finds herself on the horse's back as well.
This feels perfect for a gallop, but I'm worried you might fall.
Let me off then. Enjoy it yourself.
What fun would that be? Come on, just hold on tight. Giddy up!
The CG from the trailer.
I can't believe you don't know how to ride a horse, but I can teach you. Just think of them as oversized hunting dogs. I'll come find you after you move. How does that sound? Where will you be if you're not staying with your family?
Perhaps Paris? My mind is yet made. But wherever I am, I should like to open a clothing store.
Then you'd better choose a store name I'll recognize right away. No, you'll become so famous that it'll take no work to find you. Could you make a parade dress for me?
I have never before made such a dress, but I shall learn for you.
Wow! A parade dress tailor-made for me by a famous French fashion designer. It's like a dream come true.
This enemies to friends and lovers stuff is intriguing. This might be the first true moment of peace they felt since the war began. The horse grows tired, they dismount to let it roam and feed on tall meadow grass.
What of you? How may I come into your contact? The Lord only knows where the Foundation will send you once this is ended.
You may be right. The fight against Manus Vindictae isn't over. But don't worry. I always find a way to get in touch with you.
I do not wish to judge your decision, but do all you can to stay alive, Marsha. Do not make a martyr of yourself.
Still death flag leaving in the air.
Why this sudden sentimentality, Marie?
If all this, when all this comes to an end one day, I hope to see you again.
Me too.
I will pray for you, though I am uncertain if my voice will be heard. I am nothing like Agnes. She is an angel descended from heaven. And I am.
The gargoyle keeps her eyes hidden in the shadow.
Never mind.
The communicator's noise startles the nibbling horse. It lifts its head and bolts into the distance.
Ah, there he goes.
He picks up the device. Again, it's an anonymous caller.
Marsha, we need you on the front immediately. I've already sent you the coordinates. Bring the Gargoyle if she's willing.
Who are you?
We'll meet soon enough.
Thanks, Yamalai. Definitely not sketch AF. Something's happening. Uh-oh, I see fighting. I don't think the armistice gets signed today. We are technically well ahead of schedule, so I'm considering perhaps to keep going, but we'll see. Segment goes. We have plenty of time. Partie 18. Armistice. French for 18.
Yes, Herr Chancellor. The delegations have arrived in Montpellier. The armistice will be signed before dinner time. Understood. We will be sure to serve a simple but delicious dinner. And of course, all journalists granted entry will be carefully selected.
What? So far, George is a good guy. York. Mr. York hands up the phone dryly and watches it with full confidence before checking the ceasefire memorandum once again.
Oh, no problems so far.
Picks up a fountain pen and sketches out his signature over and over again. Each loop of the pen is taken with utmost seriousness, aware of the gravity it will soon hold. Another impatient ring, and the tip of his pen slips, leaving the letter O in a rather unsightly shape. But the call isn't on his phone. It's the one on his assistant's desk. Which, thankfully, means it isn't his concern.
What are you waiting for, Friedrich? Pick up the phone already.
The assistant, buried in paperwork, fails to react to the ring.
Ah,
surprised they would assign me a dev sloth as an assistant.
Uh-oh, I think he's Manus. There's an ambush, boss. Yorg storms over to the assistant's desk to scold him. Jolting alert, the assistant grabs the receiver.
That's more like it.
To George's surprise, his assistant then immediately puts the receiver down.
That was an awful racket, sir.
How dare you!
The man checks his watch, paying no mind to his superior.
I have more pressing matters to attend to. Yes, it's about time.
Stands up, picks up the receiver again, and hangs it up once more without a word.
What? Explain yourselves this instant!
Huh. I owe you no explanation, sir.
Who could that be?
Come in.
You!
Dun dun dun! All attempts to reach the investigators sent to Hill 299 have failed. Reyes puts his communicator down, pauses, then tries again, this time calling Hound. But only static replies.
No response either.
Reyes watches the passing politicians with growing unease. They don't flinch under Reyes' gaze. In fact, they don't seem to pay him any mind at all. Their limited time is devoted to the pressing matters of peace. Paravian exits a nearby building and makes his way to Reyes.
Sir, a new batch of counter-arcanum devices has been deployed, as instructed.
Good. Any contact from Meryl in the past 3 hours?
No. She's probably still on the front. There's a lot of celebrating going on out there.
Reyes tries the communicator once more, this time calling a different squad member. Static.
Something's not right.
A shot rings out like a thunderbolt on a cloudless day. Security forces rush into the street, drawing any wandering delegates inside to safety. Steel-eyed veterans fan out, searching for the gunfire's source.
What's the location? I saw them in that house. They're wearing black. I have to.
The young man begins on charge, only to be held back.
Back here, Parabi. We need to get to the command post and inform all security staff to resume combat positions.
Yes, sir.
Foundation security regroups around the most heavily guarded buildings. Dun dun dun! Across the street, a man in jet black uniform exits Yorg's makeshift office. As he walks into the open, he is flanked by soldiers covered in pitch black.
Finally, no more hiding. The moment of truth has arrived.
He raises a hand and the soldiers around him stand at attention.
Leave a few of the Foundation lapdogs alive. I have something to say to those sanctimonious hypocrites. As for the rest, kill them all.
Well, it's not technically. I thought the war would start because they started firing. Turns out it's Manus. Less predictable, just as predictable.
Gargoyle blocks down.
I don't need the high ground to hurt you.
My sight shall unveil the hidden.
I don't need the high ground to hurt you. I'll show you.
I have seen to the heart of you.
For victory! Death comes for us all.
A sure hit. Now is the time for repentance. Target locks down. My sight shall unveil the hidden. Target locks down. By God's grace. The enemy
Why did that just
shall be stamped out. A sure hit. The enemy is a piece shall be stamped
Oh.
out. A sure hit.
Just blasted them, okay.
Case closed. I'll be sure to write a report and put it on your...
The ceasefire signing descends into a bloody firefight.
Search every room. Leave no stone unturned.
Every few seconds, a heavy soft thud echoes as something limp crashes to the ground from above. Foundation security offer what resistance they can, the counter-arcanum devices they've deployed providing them with a moment's respite.
Oh, but keep that signing desk and the documents on it intact. It'll make for a great headline shot. Perfect for the front page of the papers. Now, bring her out.
Soldiers of Manus Vindicte carry out their orders in wordless lockstep. Dune bodies in white and black riddle the streets. Moments later, two soldiers march a hostage into the center of the empty street.
Quiet.
Once again, the assassin-turned-officer raises his hand and checks his watch.
Better late than never.
Strides forward as if he were participating in a triumphal parade. Stopping only a few short paces from the Foundation's command post, so near that he can hear the flag fluttering in the wind.
All that endless searching, huh? Well, here we are. You finally caught us.
He spreads his arms wide like a showman.
You might ask, why must things end like this? Why must we kill one another? Do you want to know why? Because our pleas, our pain, our suffering were all ignored by you. Humans started this war, all these wars, and yet you hurled us, Arcanists, onto the front lines like cheap cannon fodder. You have created a world that despises us for our bloodlines and mocks us for our arcane skills. Yet you force us to use those very skills to fight the war machines you built. You humans have sown untold horrors in the name of conflicts created by your own hand. And still, you refuse us even a single scrap of bread in reward. These are the lessons history has taught us. A history of arcanist suffering that must end.
He draws a pistol from his wrist and toys with it, from his waist and toys with it.
When I heard that arcanists were uniting, marching under the banner of a formidable army, I caught a glimpse of hope. In fact, it shone like never before. Foundation lapdogs, human scum, mark my words. This war has only just begun. From this era onward, the unjust reign of humanity shall be overturned. All arcanists from every era shall march under the banner of Manus Vindicte. Until the ultimate, most glorious era arrives.
A bullet rips through his temple. The remaining soldiers drop where they stand.
Who did that?
Lapdogs, eh? Couldn't come up with anything more original?
Yermalai, let's go! The stray hound at last returns. He marches straight through to the command post, kicking the fallen Manus Vindictae officer's corpse for good measure.
Command post clear now.
Oh, dude, he looks so nice. But he does have that NPC energy. Door swings open, security staff cautiously scanning for trouble. Reyes stands inside, waiting.
At least you're not dead.
He looks like an NPC. Yermalai balks. His voice, like his face, carries a permanent smirk.
You won't always have someone around to cover your ass, Chris.
As always, Creus finds it easier to simply sidestep his insubordination.
What have you found?
Long story short, we're a step behind the Manus. They've got an army, launching an assault on the front lines as we speak. We're talking about a force the size of a traditional brigade, possibly even two. They're hiding out beneath Hill 299, and every one of their soldiers is an arcanist.
Hill 299. Any news on Charles and Amanda?
He lets the swagger drop from his voice.
Yeah. They're both dead. But they did leave behind some critical info. Turns out Manus Vindictae's built a colossal, full-fledged underground fortress inside Hill 299. That's where all these Manus troops have been coming from. The ones here in the safe zone and the ones sent to eliminate the human soldiers at the front.
Did you carry out the other order?
Yeah, I've sent the request for reinforcements and your frontline contingency plan to headquarters. All available Foundation personnel in the region are moving towards the designated locations on the front. All except Meryl. I haven't been able to make contact with her.
Grace nods, an understated gesture of approval. He says nothing about Meryl's radio silence, as if he had anticipated it all along.
You really gonna do this, huh? This so-called frontline contingency plan?
I don't think we have much choice.
How are we gonna deal with Hill 299? It came out of nowhere.
Every plan has its surprises. We'll deal with it. Follow me. We're going to the front lines. You can fill me in on the details on the way.
I love Yermalai. He's such a sassy bastard. Oh, I really want to continue. I really want to go right up to the end. I think we're going to save that for tomorrow. We're ending just over an hour today. It goes at least to chapter 22, so that's 19, 20, 21, 20. So that's 4 chapters. Or 4 parts, at least. Or maybe 23 for a wrap-up, as it usually does. 2 extra parts to it. So we'll save that for tomorrow. But we'll finish off with this.
Dogs are barking again. Their masters remain quiet, for the most part. And you know why, but silence gives no orders. So the masters whistle. Just a pitch. No words. And so no words are heard. Only the baying of dogs. How dare you? Do you think I should speak like some slick-talking veteran? I'd slit my throat myself if I so much as uttered a word akin to those devils. They're bastards! Abominations! Please accept my apologies. Wounds are hard to...
What? Yeah, you see, like, this is what I mean. Like, there's... The clears on story mode make me think it's like fighting. And they all have hard mode afterwards, which means there is fighting in all those chapters. So well, we just did 18. 19, 20, 21, and 22 are all just fights. So like that's probably gonna be tomorrow. Business. I'll do a quick round. Hard though. I actually want to switch you out.
Bravo! A glorious
Of improvisation. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. A lot of oats.
Lift the cup, the moon invite. Let drink and painting fill the night.
Camino at Lun, my sight shall unveil the hidden.
Okay, yeah, 2 Recoleta ults should be able to break through, I think.
In ink and flesh,
Oh,
no
maybe
night
not.
or day. Then why not dream the time away?
Oh, maybe not, maybe not. I have more health than I thought. Okay, never mind. Yeah, 2 does break through, eh?
Now is the time of repentance. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. Gargoyle blocks down le destin du Gargoyle. My sight shall unveil the hidden. This is now. Le glas funèbre sonne pour toi.
Le glas funèbre sonne pour toi.
A worthy victory. But the fight is far from over.
Window. Couldn't catch the middle word that I saw means fish, and I don't think it means the glass windowed fish. Oh, it could be fishes for you. I could see that being a phrase. But anyways, my name is Internal. This has been Reverse 1999, Chapter 11. We did parts. What parts did we do today? I think 13 to 18. And then tomorrow we're going to do 19 to the end. So, what day is tomorrow? Okay, yeah. Tomorrow we'll do 19 to the end. But yeah, for now, I'm going to be hopping off. I hope you guys have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you might be. And of course, as always, do stay safe and have fun. For now, however, if you do want a no commentary version, I will be trying to get that by the coming weekend, hopefully. I'll probably just have everything on autoplay. Stream it all. Wait for me to do it. But yeah, for now, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow.